Julie Gunlock, imagine being the spokesperson for the Northern Virginia District of VDOT, the Virginia Department of Transportation, and also having one of the best, most effervescent senses of humor in the world. You combine those two things and you get Ellen Kamilakas, who joins us now. Ellen, I always look forward to our conversations during the winter months because you're hilarious. I love what you do with the social media account. And good morning. Happy snow.
Good morning, and good morning to both of you, and I hope you had a great holiday season, and what a lovely day to stay off the roads.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but Julie and I were just talking to the dude from the D.C. roads, and we're fascinated by the beet juice thing. I know you've been out there brining and getting the roads going. Other than a fine colon cleanse, what else do you do with the salt, beet, and water concoction?
Oh, we don't use beet juice in VDOT, so don't worry
Oh, this
about
is
that.
a north of the Potomac situation. I see.
I can't comment on that or speak to that in any way, but what I can tell you is we use a 23% salt, 77% water mixture. That's what our brine is. And so the trucks spray it down, and that's what you get, those little white brine lines. That's what we use.
Now, in Virginia, you've got a lot more rural areas, I think, certainly than D.C. and Maryland. In Loudoun County, I'm a huge percentage of roads that are dirt roads still. This is a challenge. Where are your priorities today in terms of making sure that you've got routes so people who do have to get out are able to pass through?
Sure. So we work in priority order, which starts with the interstates, primaries, secondaries, and then the very last are subdivision streets. So to put it in perspective, we have the 4 counties of Northern Virginia, and we have 17,000 subdivision streets that we clear. 17,000. So it sometimes can take us a little bit of time to get there. We'd like to emphasize that this is going to be a multi-day effort for us, but plows are out working. Like we have to focus on the interstates first because you got to get your bread, milk, and toilet paper somehow. That comes in on an 18-wheeler, and if they can't get there, then it's a problem. So when you talk about gravel roads, we do have a contingent of heavy equipment. How you clear that is different. We have rubber tire loaders, we have front end loaders, we have track machines if we need them. So it is a beautiful district to work in because just like you said, we go from between urban to very, very rural, and our equipment needs to definitely reflect that as well.
Ellen, it has been 2 years since a severe snowstorm trapped hundreds of drivers on Interstate 95 in Virginia. Part of that, and I actually was driving in that. I left the studio that morning, and my husband actually had to rescue me in his 4-wheel drive. So it was kind of a scary drive. But a lot of the problem was the off ramps off of 95. How are you all dealing with off ramps this morning before people? I'm sure you've been dealing with it a lot longer than just this morning, but as people are getting out there and driving, are they going to be able to exit these interstates?
They are focusing on all of that at the same time. One of the great things about our interstate maintenance is the use of much larger vehicles and the resources that we have with that. Excuse me. We have the area headquarters, which is what we call the maintenance yards that serve the interstates. Is the home to what we affectionately term the megadome, and that is our biggest dome, and it can hold 33,000 tons of salt, and it can fit a jet airplane in it. So the megadome is, no pun intended, a flurry today with activity, and they focus on all of that. Like, we continue to tell people to stay off of the roads, but we do acknowledge that in this region, people can't always stay off of the roads. So take it very, very slow if that's the case. You're not going to see bare pavements. We're working to make roads passable, but definitely very slow. And the frustration I think that some people have is they get out there and they say, oh, VDOT hasn't been out here and the roads have snow on them. Well, the roads are going to have snow on them all day long. We will push the snow and it will come back down. No, we will push the snow and it'll come back down. So then you can see the berms on the side of the road and it's like, okay, well, somebody's been here. But no, we understand, we like to be out and about as much as everybody else is. But yeah, definitely focusing on that.
We're speaking with Ellen Kamilakas, VDOT spokesperson for Northern Virginia. And I don't want to stereotype, but I think Virginia drivers, if they're in a pickup, they think they can make it down any road, okay? And I'm stereotyping because, yes, these are friends of mine, okay? I know specifically I could name them, oh, no, we could make it. Can you give people some tips on when they're facing a road that maybe hasn't been treated, or it got plowed but it's been hours and there's more accumulation? What defines a passable road versus a road that they should avoid, even if they're in an F-150?
Sure. So passable, we define it as something that has an 8 to 10 foot wide path that emergency vehicles can access. It's likely going to be rutted and snow-packed, but that you should be able to get through on a front-wheel drive vehicle. But you have to do it with care. You have to be very slow. I drove into work this morning, and it's a huge joke because I live probably within walking distance of work, and I am still driving like Meemaw driving in, because it is still, I can see the plows have been there, but they're not the exact lanes. And again, knowing that I'm the VDOT spokesperson, I can't be the one that gets in the crash, and I can't be the one that somebody has to come and save. So I pay very close attention to that. But
and that's why Elon Musk got you that Cybertruck in the first place, right? That's understandable.
No, I do not. I do not have a truck now.
Not yet. Ellen Kamilakas, it's always great to talk with you. I know you got a busy day. We'll be watching your fantastic X feed, VA.Nova. VA.Nova is fantastic, and we'll speak with you again.
All right. Thanks, Larry. Thanks, Julie.
Thanks.
It's 6:23.